Hey everyone, D3 here from BrightIdeasScouting.com. This is another Scouting in the Park, and we're filming a bunch of videos today, and it is raining out and windy out, so rather than have our leader guides that we're talking about today blow all over, we are staying here. Today is day 14 of our 30 days towards a new program update coming June 1st, and today we're going to focus on the Webelos Den Leader Guide. First of all, if you are a new Den Leader, welcome, congratulations. This is exciting. There's probably a lot of questions that you have as to what it is. We have a resource guide available for you called the Webelos Leader Guide. It's beautiful. They've redone all the graphics on this, and if you are brand new, I'd highly recommend that you read the first 20 pages of this guide. It's going to give you a good overview of Cub Scouts, our goals, our aims, the new Scout Oath, and Scout Law. It's going to also talk about advancement. Even if you are a veteran of the advancement system, there's some new things here. First of all, in order to gain the Webelos rank, as we've talked in other videos, you need 7 adventures. An adventure is roughly 3 meetings and stuff, depending as to the requirements and stuff. If you meet every other week versus every week, consider doing like a 90-minute every other week, and you'd be able to get through it each month and go through that. The adventures are designed to be a 1-month theme, with that 4th week being your monthly pack meeting and awards recognition. So first of all, certainly start by reading those first 20 pages. Even if you've been through it, certainly go through it. Also, when you get to the advancement part, you'll see this page in there that talks about the pins they're going to be earning. Now, in Tiger, Wolf, and Bear, we've talked about in the past that they earn a belt loop for each adventure. For the Webelos in Arrow of Light, you're going to be earning a pin. Once again, seven adventures denotes a rank. But with the Webelos, you now have 5 required instead of 6 like before, in terms of like Tiger, Wolf, and Bear. 5 required, 2 optional. Now that 2 optional comes from a pool of 18. So you can see there's a bunch there. It is the same pool of 18 that you'll be using in your Arrow of Light. So if you are ambitious, or if your boys do wonderful stuff and you guys meet, you can certainly do that 8th adventure, 9th adventure, 10th adventure. The other thing, as you are planning out, there is a page in here that is the Den Annual Adventure Plan, which goes through the months. Now, in the past, when I've been talking to the Tiger, Wolf, and Bear, I've been just kind of going through, just kind of work with your Cub Master, who's in charge of all the Den Leaders, and coordinate. For the Webelos and for the Arrow of Light, we need to think about something extra, something that a lot of councils do to really help add to the Webelos and Arrow of Light experience. And that is, they will have things called like Webelos Woods, Arctic Fox, other sort of adventures designed just for Webelos, and they typically will bring in Boy Scouts for that. So if your council or district does those, I would call up and see what adventures are they planning on completing. I know in our council at the November Webelo event, we'll be working on 2 adventures that day. Boy Scouts come in, we have a bunch of different stations that they go to, and by the end of the day, they've completed 2 adventures. Take this Den guide, write down those 2. We also have something in between Christmas and New Year's, knowing that a lot of people are off and want something fun, that they go up to our camp and they have a single day event, no overnight or anything, and they'll get an adventure done there. That's 3 of the 7 that you need. So from about first week of November through the end of the year, even with all the chaos of Christmas and Christmas parties and Thanksgiving and whatever else happens, they've got 3 of their 7 right there. So it's very easy for these Webelos, if they're going to things like this, to earn 8, 9, 10 adventures through that. Write them down. If you know what they're going to be doing, you don't have to do them. And so that's a great thing. This is an invaluable tool for the for the den leaders of the Webelos. From there, let's kind of talk about one of them. We're just going to take the first one. As I've recommended in before, I want you to just kind of start with the first one. Go from there. You know, if you're not sure what to do, start at the beginning, work your way to the end. It's pretty easy. This one is called the Cast Iron Chef. And as always, we give you a rationale for this adventure. I'm just going to read this. I don't have it memorized or anything, so it's easier to just say, in this adventure, Weebelo Scouts will learn about good nutrition, how to safely cook meals in the outdoors, and how to balance meal planning and finances. What's interesting is when you look at the Boy Scouts, as these boys are going to cross over, hopefully, into Boy Scouts, there are these same requirements working in tenderfoot, second class, and first class. So this is a great introduction so that as soon as they get into Boy Scouts in 18 months, they'll go, oh, I remember this. I was Cast Iron Chef. And it will build upon that. What are some of the takeaways for the Cub Scouts? Making healthy food choices, food safety, the proper way to lay and light a fire, planning and managing a budget. A Scout is trustworthy and thrifty. So these are some core values, going back to Scout Oath and Scout Law, that are really good. In this case, there are 5 requirements to go through. Now that number isn't always. It's not always 5. There's a lot of 5s. There's a 3. There's an 8, and stuff like that. So just take a look, and there's also notes. Now in this one, at the bottom of the page, if you can see on the video here, notes to the den leader. This is a wonderful tool. Parts of meetings 1 and 3 must take place in outdoor locations. Remember, everything you need is in this book. You don't need to buy a bunch of other books and stuff. And there's a whole meeting plan that will take you through the preparation. What's everything that you need to get this done? What are the activities? What are the closing activities? What are the resources that you need? Everything is in this one book. It's all been done for you. Don't reinvent the wheel. I didn't invent this, but I've looked at it. It's wonderful. This is what we're going to be using. My youngest son is a Webelo, and we're going to be using this book right throughout that. So, highly recommend that you do that. As always, learn everything you can, share everything you know, and live the Scout Oath and Scout Law. And I'll see you tomorrow when we'll talk about the Arrow of Light.